guys, hope you all are doing very well out there. I'm Samcrac, and today we're going to try and end things once and for all for the Money Pit Jetta. Now, if you're not familiar with the Money Pit Jetta, this is a car that, according to its Carfax, was involved in 3 separate accidents. The third accident, totaling it out, it hit a light pole and ripped the entire front corner of the car off. I then bought it unassumingly at an auction where it was kind of doctored up. Took it to a body shop. They welded on a new front corner. Then while it was at that body shop, we had a heavy rain. It got completely flooded on one side. It's been a total nightmare. It's arguably the worst Jetta in the country. And so I've decided, let's take it to Carmax and see what they think it's worth. Carmax, where they'll buy your car even if it's a total piece of shit. I think that's their slogan. Anyway, gotta go get the Money Pit Jetta, meet up with Turbo Mike, who's got it right now, and then we've got to get it in good enough running condition to get it to Carmax, and then we'll find out what it's worth. See you there. Today might be the day we finally get rid of this car. It's a shame. It looks halfway decent from far back. It's extremely dirty, but cleaned up, this car always looked pretty good. Even up close, the entire thing was repainted in a metallic black. That's what the GLI comes in. But up close, there are quite a few flaws. So just when it comes to the body, front bumper, it does not fit on flush. That's because the bad corner, the corner where the frame was replaced, which was right over here, they just welded in a section of the frame, like this whole front corner. When they did so, they obviously didn't measure precisely. And then you have stuff like bumpers completely not fitting. I mean, you could try and push that in a little bit. It just doesn't want to stick. Next thing is fog lights missing. This was actually part of the car at one time, but Mike took it out to install the windshield washer reservoir. On the hood, this one was really disappointing. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, but there's a few indentations on the hood, like right there. And that happened when we used a prop rod, and this is an aftermarket hood. I really learned my lesson on aftermarket hoods. They are like paper in comparison to factory hoods. I will only buy factory hoods because of that on decent cars. And so that bent, never got repaired. The rest of it, not bad until we get to the other side where the car was backed into in a parking lot and the person drove off. And so we have this disaster. I keep forgetting about this. This is probably going to be the Achilles heel in this deal if I have to guess. This looks terrible. I would guess that Carmax would deduct at least $1,000 for damage. I know that insurance estimated this to be at least about $1,500 worth of damage. Needs a brand new door skin, needs a bunch of assembly, needs probably a whole new mirror. Now on the inside, last time you saw this car was missing the door panel. Was missing the glove box. All of that has been put back. It looks pretty good, except like when you look up here and we see that for whatever reason the darn headliner isn't tucked into the trim. That's really crappy. Oh boy. The more and more I look at this car, the more I'm curious to see what Carmax values at. Look right here. This piece of trim is completely missing. Come on, Mike, where are these parts? I'm telling you, I had all these parts. And well, that's what happens when you leave a car neglected for so long. Now, if the outside wasn't such an issue, well, when we get in the inside, you turn, let's see, the car over, turns over perfectly. It sounds and runs pretty good. Look at all the lights that come up on the dashboard. Every single light. I'm sure we can get rid of the seatbelt light if we put the seatbelt on. Tire pressure, traction, airbag, check engine. One of the lights is out. That's got to be the front fog light. Radio does work, however. AC does not work. And right now I'm sitting in the seat. I don't know if you could see this, but the seat, it's like a rocking chair. Mike told me that some of the bolts weren't in all the way and they just sheared off. This thing is an absolute disaster. So we're going to do a couple quick touch-ups before we take it to Carmax. I don't think they're gonna help us at all. And when we're on the way to Carmax, I'm gonna tell you that I actually got in contact with Carmax before I went there to make sure everything would be okay to film. And I'm gonna let you know what they told me in just a moment. All right, we're getting it ready to take to the max. We have to do a little bit of tuning up. Okay, so we got a coolant leak. So that means Mike's been buying Pentafrost, the OEM replacement coolant, and putting it in this car. Why? I told him you should just put water. I know it's diluted.
Look how colorful that is.
Yeah.
Just a hint of it. That way it keeps the water pump lubricated.
Okay. Mike's doing the right thing, keeping the car going good for its next owner. Now, a few other little hidden treats. Don't slam the door yet, but a couple things we got here. You see underneath there, those are styrofoam trays you get at like a restaurant. That's because the water was leaking in the area. There's a cover that actually goes into the AC intake, and that is completely gone. You can see all the red right here. This red is from the spare frame piece. Hold on, we gotta take care of that red. Oh my God. Look at how it all chipped off at this point. Holy sh**. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. There's the prop rod. We can keep that in the back seat apparently. Is that the right way? I guess it is. Goes right there. All right, perfect. All right, so we gotta take care of this. Oh, Mike, this is, I can't believe all the red down here. This doesn't lift up. Oh yeah, it does, check that out. Okay, hold on, we gotta get this taken care of. Holy sh**. That's really nice and wet. It looks beautiful now. No more red. It's perfect. Oh, I almost feel bad doing this, but the guys at Carmax know what they're doing. They're not going to fall for a little bit of black spray paint, I don't think. Oh my God. You really got it in there. You can still see the red a little bit. All right, so the best part about this car, besides all the black spray paint, is the fact that it runs so well, especially when it's filled up with coolant. But it does run really well. Engine and transmission, let's see about how many miles it has. About 38,000. So it hasn't skipped a beat. It doesn't really have anything but the coolant leak. I don't think it leaks any oil or anything like that. It really is engine transmission that would last a long time. And that's probably the best thing to happen to this car would be to just completely part it out. But we'll see if Carmax gives us a good enough offer, especially after that nice touch-up. I just assumed that that was a can of Mountain Dew, and Mike let me know that that's not actually Mountain Dew. That's PAG oil, which is, you know, for your AC system in a car. I thought it looked too green to be Mountain Dew. Great, Mike. I really like to see that you take care of these cars. I hope the AMG gets the same treatment. Money Pit Jetta will also come with this collection of dried leaves that have accumulated here in the trunk area. All right, we are on the way to Carmax. Mike is in front of me in the Money Pit Jetta. I've got the title in hand. I am very serious about getting rid of this car today if the offer is somewhere close. Now, let me tell you, I've got a tentative offer from someone in Europe, I think in or near Germany, for the Money Pit Jetta at 6,000 US dollars, but that includes shipping to the country, which is right around $1,500 by sea. So that would net me a little bit over $4,000. However, if Carmax offers that magical number around $4,000, they're gonna take it. That way I don't have to deal with any of the logistics or any of the trouble of getting it overseas. Now, earlier I thought that Carmax might actually offer somewhere close to the $4,000 number, simply based off of me bringing my rebuilt title Fiesta ST in that one time in an earlier video I did right here. But after seeing it just now, getting that kind of mental refresher, this car is a disaster. That extra damage on the front corner door, definitely going to detract 1,000 if not more from it. This car is in pretty bad condition. Carmax is not dumb. They know what they're going to be able to get for it at auction, which is going to be about 3 or 4 grand, and that's why they're probably going to offer, I'm guessing, right around 2 grand. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, what Carmax actually will offer for the Money Pit Jetta. Don't cheat, just guess right now. Now, before we get there, I want to tell you that I did stop by earlier in the day and I talked to somebody that was outside appraising a car. They knew who I was from the channel, and I asked them if I could come by and do the whole entire appraisal video, even though I've done one before. And they said, you know, we really don't allow cameras. We really don't allow that whole entire thing. We've never done it at this location. I promised them I wouldn't bring any cameras inside the building. I just wanted to get an appraisal done on the Jetta. I might use my camera in the parking lot, and I will probably use my cell phone in their lot to actually show some of the cool cars that they have, because they usually have a decent inventory at this location. And they said, yeah, you probably won't have a problem, so just bring it by. Everything was super cool, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Mike stopped at this gas station really quick, right next to this Mustang tuner. This guy's parking lot is always filled with Mustangs. Right in front of me, you can hardly see it. Those are two SVT Lightnings. I've said in the past, the only truck I would ever rebuild is probably one of those, or maybe a Viper truck. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about a Lightning or a Viper truck rebuild. Here we are. This seems to be a popular request in my email box. Hey Sam, rebuild a FRS. I don't know, I just kind of like the GTI a little bit better, Volkswagen GTI. I know it's a front wheel drive car versus a rear wheel drive car. These cars, I would imagine, lack a little bit in power. They're probably pretty fun. They probably handle really well. This one's actually not too bad feeling. Then the interior's kind of like cheap plasticky stuff in them, but not a bad car. I could see why people like these. I sat in one of these last time I was here. I wonder if this is more comfortable or less comfortable than my car.
It's a lot better. The dash is a lot better.
Oh yeah, the materials are so much better in this car. Okay, 36,000 miles. The clutch is way easier. Oh my God, I love the clutch in it. Oh, this thing feels so much better than the C6. Worst part about the C6 is that, like, to get into gear, you have to like manhandle it. This one feels a lot better. And yes, I've got my foot on the clutch. Oh, it feels so much better. I see a C7 rebuild in the future. Best bang for the buck at the auctions right here. 335, 135i, especially if you get it with a 6-speed manual. Not bad, Carmax. Not bad. Ooh, this is fun right here. See what this is?
The Malibu SS?
It's not.
What is this, SS now?
It's just an SS. It's an automatic, so that's no good, but a Malibu SS is basically what it is. But it's got the same engine as my Corvette in it, an LS3. This car's got some after. Oh my God, this is the weirdest. Look at this interior in this car. This is an aftermarket leather. See, it says cat skins down here. Some guy got like a bunch of horses running. That looks, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of this. Let me know what you think, comment section below. Thumbs up or thumbs down on this kind of weird Mustang GT seat embroidery. I've always wanted an E550, not an AMG, an E550 coupe. Maybe a cab, maybe not a cab. I've heard the seats in this car are kind of uncomfortable. Oh man, they're hot as heck, I can tell you that. It's like 100 degrees outside right now. Not a bad place to be. It kind of has that dated feel. Really not that great. It's got that Mercedes crayon smell. They're asking $24,000. Oh, I gotta get out. It's too hot, too hot. Otherwise, yeah, that's not as great as I thought it might be. But this next to it, ooh. This is pretty nice, a CLA 45. I know it's not the top tier AMG, but it really has some great styling to it. And I love the black wheels. Let's check this thing out on the inside. Got that nice red stitching. Does it have a red seatbelt? Ooh, it's got a red seatbelt. This definitely has that more updated feeling, but it also has that I'm sitting on a bunch of lava feeling, so I'm gonna get out of it. Why did I randomly just decide to sit in this Fiat? There's a really, really nice Corvette Grand Sport in the parking lot right over there. I like that car. Well, we have our offer. It is $2,000. I was right on the money with that offer. Money Pit Jetta lives another day. We're taking it back. Because of the offer, I just feel like I can get at least another grand off of it. Mike, I'll see you at the place that we go to, wherever that is. You missed this car a little bit, right? Mike got into this car, he said, I missed this car.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, see?
Like Volkswagen.
And for 2,000 bucks, well, might as well let him drive home with a smile on his face. All right, I went and folded all the private information out of the way, but you can see this is for a 2013 Volkswagen GLI Autobahn sedan, 38,205 miles. The conditions, I mean, look at everything. Needs service, stained, prior paintwork. But like I told you right here, where it says the engine is in good condition and the transmission is in good condition, that is the best part of this car. Also says that the apron was repaired. And there is our appraisal offer of $2,000. I know everybody's thinking, just get rid of it already. But like I told you before, we got two other options. Rule of thumb at Carmax, if they're gonna offer you something like $2 grand, the likelihood of you being able to get, you know, $3 grand out of it is fairly high, maybe even a little bit more than that. Always $1,000 or $2,000 worth of room, because that's what Carmax is gonna make on the car at their auction. But I do wanna say that I feel like their offer was 100% fair. I also wanna thank the local Carmax, give a shout out to all the great guys that I met there. I had a lot of fun, and I always like looking at Carmax's inventory. It is a pretty fun place to shop because they got like every make and model under one roof. So the fate of the Jetta will lie at a local auction, or it will end up being transported overseas, close to its home country, or in its home country. Actually, its home country, I think, is Mexico, because I'm pretty sure the Jetta is produced in Mexico. Anyway, I really appreciate each and every one of you watching today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'll list it right here. I'll also put it in the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you very soon.